Zen. Tonight's Dharma talk is given by Myung-Jin and San.
Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope your commute was smooth. There wasn't too much traffic holding you up, or I don't know, some precipitation of some sort, or dust storms, or blinding sun, anything like that. I hope none of that interfered with your travels today. So welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome to the Pure Land. Yep. Here you are. Didn't actually have to go anywhere. Sun didn't get in your eyes. No rain, no snow. Nothing to impede your progress. Just here you are. So welcome to the Pure Land. Now we've heard Johnson a few weeks ago told us about how he integrates, actual Pure Land Shin Buddhism practice into his Zen practice. But this isn't about that. This is the Pure Land that you'll often hear referred to in the sutras. Any number of Zen teachers have referred to it. It's usually thought of as that optimal place. The Pure Land to the west is the optimal place where it'll be easy for humans to attain enlightenment, generally speaking, in their next rebirth. There are those that take that literally. Absolutely, yes, there is a Pure Land. It's to the west of here, and I want to go there and get enlightenment after I die. And all I have to do is chant Namu Amida Bul X number of times, and it's a done deal. Fair enough. No harm in chanting Namu Amida Bul, mind you. But the Pure Land is described as a place of beauty and peace and tranquility, and it's where you're free from suffering and distractions, and you can focus on attaining enlightenment, becoming awakened. It's exactly where you can do whatever it is you need to do to prep yourself. And so, okay, but like I said, welcome to the Pure Land. You're here. Now, it's one of those Zen paradoxes where on the one hand you hear about this, oh, it's a perfect place, and it's tranquil, and it's nice, and there's, jewels hanging from trees, and you say to yourself, the only thing I got hanging from my trees right now is a few dead leaves and some icicles. Okay. The only tranquility is like when there's that brief intermittent time between when one car whooshes by and the next one comes the other direction. There's that brief moment in there where there's no whooshing. Okay. In the Vimalakirti Sutra, the Buddha teaches that those who perceive the essential purity is because they have a pure mind. When your mind is pure, the Buddha field is pure. The Buddha land, the pure land is pure. So we've heard that, everywhere from the Eightfold Path that, right outlook, right view, there's that. There's also the direct experience of reality is what our practice is about. There's the mind makes everything aspect to it, where if I make bad, I get bad. If I make good, I get good. And if I don't make anything, then everything is available. So there are those people who would say, yeah, you're really tripping. You have not been paying attention for the past, few weeks to 5 years, let's say. How can you say that this is the pure, tranquil, perfect land with all this stuff that's going on? I mean, pandemics, flu season, even bigger this year than usual, all kinds of political turmoil. Shreveport is probably going to be buried under a foot of snow before the winter is over. Not, and who knows what's going to happen in Ho Chi Minh City there. I mean, that could get really interesting. There's all these things that we say, these are horrible things. These are awful things. I don't like them. Well, if you were 6 and you were living in Shreveport, and for the first time in your life, you saw 6 inches of snow on the ground, and you figured out that if you could take like a garbage can lid and skid along down a hill for the first time ever in your life, you might not think it's so bad. But someone who has bald tires and, a car with absolutely no weight to it and has to get somewhere, they might quibble with that description of it as good. But if our mind is pure, then the land is pure. We're in the pure land. If we're not making good and bad, if we're not picking and choosing, if you're not fretting over anything, but specifically, oh, I don't like when it rains. Oh, it's too sunny. Oh, my plants are going to die. All these little things that we tend to spend a lot of time on that maybe we should find someplace a little bit more productive to spend our time. So there are a number of things that we should be cognizant of, let's say, about this right here, this being the pure land. This is in that whole sort of samsara is nirvana thing where there's really no dividing line. In fact, is there even anything to divide? I tend to think not, but one thing that we have to bear in mind, be cognizant of, is that like a, I don't know, what was it? Chicken Little? story? Like the sky is falling because, like, clouds came over and rain came down or something like that? Was that story, the Chicken Little thing? Yes, okay, good. Thank you for the acknowledgement. Just as that was an incorrect view, just because we perceive the Pure Land to be defiled doesn't mean it really is. Just like the sun was above all those clouds and that nasty rain coming down on Chicken Little, we've still got the Pure Land right here, and it's pure. It is undefiled. Flat out, the Pure Land. However, your own thinking might make it seem less than pure. Your thinking might make it seem as if, well, it's okay, it's pretty pure, but there's got to be a purer land where, I don't know, there's maybe some sand and a beach, and it's not February in Massachusetts. I could go for that purer land. Nope. Sorry. You're in it. As the old dishwashing detergent television commercial said, you're soaking in it. You are immersed in the Pure Land right now. And it's our job to perceive correctly all situations, all relationships, and what correct function would be in those situations. Making good and bad is not going to cut it. There are too many things going on that are easily obscuring what would normally be easily perceived as the Pure Land. And sometimes it's not even by ourselves, it's by others who are very convincing that this ain't pure. But it is, regardless. There's a list of course there's a list. It's Buddhism. What would Buddhism be without lists? There's a list of things that typify what will result in rebirth in a Pure Land. I'll just go through a few of them here. Charity is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who can give away to charity will be reborn there. Discipline is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he realizes Buddhahood, living beings who have kept the 10 prohibitions will be reborn there. Patience is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings endowed with the 32 excellent physical marks will be reborn there. Devotion is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who are diligent in their performance of meritorious deeds will be reborn there. Serenity, concentration is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings whose minds are disciplined and unstirred will be reborn there. And wisdom is the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who have realized samadhi will be born there. And here's the last 4 that I'm going to give you. The 4 boundless minds are the Bodhisattva's Pure Land, for when he attains Buddhahood, living beings who have practiced and perfected the 4 infinites, kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and indifference, or equanimity, will be reborn there. Any of those 10 things sound familiar? The last 4 were definitely a giveaway, since it called them the 4 Brahma Viharas. The 6 perfections were the other ones mentioned. So basically we're saying, okay, if you practice the perfections and you manifest the elements of the 4 Brahma Viharas, you're acting in accordance with our Bodhisattva vow, right? We're acting in accordance with the Great Way, and we're doing what we can to help all sentient beings. We have the mind of compassion for all beings. Even if they think we're in absolute hell, and there are plenty of people who do these days, and maybe you're one, our outlook has to be one that this is the Pure Land. And it's not some sort of Pollyanna-ish, oh, everything's perfect, I don't need to do anything, because that's not the case. Our direct experience of reality involves us participating directly in reality. It's not like it's reality plus 1, with me being the plus 1. I'm part of reality, right? So if I'm going to participate in my own life and the lives of everyone around me, I should do it in such a way that is beneficial to all sentient beings, to everybody. Let's just leave sentient beings out of this and just go with everybody and anybody. When your mind is right, to quote Cool Hand Luke, you're in the Pure Land. When your mind isn't right, you're still in the Pure Land. You're defiled, it isn't. So undefile yourself. Do the right thing, even when it doesn't feel like you should or you wanna. Do what you can to help a sentient being today. So, welcome. Here you are.